Okay. So I think we should be live, but I'll just double check. I'll turn the volume down here. All right, we are indeed live. So, welcome everybody to Love Speaks Love. It feels like it's been ages since I've done one, but it's probably not that long. And I'm Denise, your host, and Love Speaks Love is a platform where we share our experiences, our wisdom, and often processes as well. And what I've been guided to do for the last one and this one is to have dragon specials. So, very excited that my two guests today, we have Alessandra Gilioli, who is joining us from Italy, and Gayatri Singh, who is joining us from India. And both these two are incredible artists. They're very tuned in, they're very tapped in, aside from their talent in this regard. Alessandra has been painting a lot longer. Gayatri was guided to start painting by the dragons. And I seem to recall it's not always been dragons. I think there's been other things as well, but it's mainly dragons that you've been painting. Alessandra is starting to paint dragons again now, and most of what I know of her artwork has been galactic fairies, along those kinds of lines. And they've both done oracle cards. And it's a real honor and a pleasure to bring you two together. And it's lovely the way that it's 333. It's lovely the way that it worked out, having you both here. Because both of you were invited in on the last one and it didn't work out. And then it just seems perfect that it's the two of you here today. So welcome. Is there anything you'd like to add? I'm going to share this. Have you had a chance to share it yet? Because I'm going to share it along. And if anybody watching feels to share it in any, I'm not sure if there's any dragon groups that we might share it in as well. But if there's anything you'd like to add, Gayatri?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're on the group Dragon Thunder. We're recently okay, so maybe I'll do it.
What was the second one?
We are Dragon Thunder.
Yes,
yeah.
I am. If you
Yeah, so we have an international Dragon Thunder meeting on the 2nd, which is almost done now. So there's live speakers, and then there's the ones with the recorded ones. So I'm in the recorded one because the timing doesn't fit me. So maybe you can share. Can you share it on there?
I should be able to, as long as I don't think it'll come across as self promotion.
I think it needs to be cleared by the admin. Yeah. So yeah.
Dragon Thunder. Yeah, I'm really excited. I was hoping you were going to speak about that actually, because I'm really excited about that. There we go.
Yeah, so Kevin was guided to have this international dragon meet and gather in all the people who are working with dragons, and he was guided to bring in about 1,000 speakers and 1,000 people in the first summit, and then he's going to continue doing it, and we hope to expand it every year. And it's amazing. There's all kinds of healers and channelers and artists and the whole world working with the dragons, and it's just building the community. And more than ever now, that's what we need, is to bring all the dragons together. So that's what the summit is about. It's on the 2nd of July. And you can go to Dragon Thunder and sign up for the meet. And you can also, if you cannot see it live on the 2nd, then you can see the recordings as well. So that would be very, very interesting.
And he's got some really good speakers in that as well. Like it looks, so it's this Sunday. It's in, what day is it? Yeah, this coming Sunday. And it's from 2 p.m. to 10, I think.
The whole day, yeah.
Yeah, BST time. Alessandra, is there anything that you want to add at this point before we do our little, okay, there was one more place I want to share it to, just bear with me a sec. Two, all right. Okay. So we normally start Love Speaks Love with a little heart-to-heart connect. One of the reasons why I wanted to call it Love Speaks Love and bring it forward really is because I'm, apart from being passionate about dragons and roses, I'm also passionate about us working from our heart and being present in our heart and living from our hearts, basically. So we do a little heart-to-heart connect at the beginning of the show, which we're going to do now. Okay, so let us first of all just take a few breaths together. Let us breathe love into our beautiful hearts, into our beautiful bodies, into every cell of our bodies. Breathing in as deeply as you can, all the way down to your toes and the top of your head. And breathing out anything of the day so far or the week, any old energies that you're ready to let go of. Anything that might be preventing you from being in this now moment. And if you're not driving and you're in a good position to do so, then it's nice for this bit just to close your eyes, come fully into your body, your awareness fully into your heart space. And let's extend our heart awareness out to join all of us together on the call. So the three of us here, and joining with all of you watching live or on the replay. And always when we do that, I see beautiful golden streams of energy joining all those golden dots around the planet of the people present. And I also see it going into the center of the earth. And let us, on that note, extend our heart awareness out to the heart of Gaia. And as we do this, feeling Gaia's love and her appreciation, her gratitude, her recognition of all of us here, her gratitude for all that we are and all that we do. And in this heart-to-heart connection, feeling Gaia's love moving into our bodies, into our hearts, and connecting in as we do this with the New Earth template. And extending our heart awareness out to the heart of the sun. Feeling that beautiful solar energy moving into our hearts, into our solar plexus, into every cell of our bodies. Feeling gratitude and love from our hearts to the sun and from the sun hearts to us. And extending our heart awareness out to the heart of Source Creator. And feeling that beautiful energy, that love, pure divine love from Source, moving into our bodies, into our crown, into our heart, into every cell of our bodies. And acknowledging the presence with us today on this very special call, the dragons. And this feels really multifaceted. I feel them connecting to us from the earth, from the cosmos, from the sun, from other planets. And again, feeling their gratitude and joy at what we're doing on the planet, what we're doing on this call. And there's been a real resurgence, I feel, of late with the dragons. It's like it's gone up a few notches, the connections, the intention to really speak about the dragons, to work with the dragons. And let us send the dragons some love and gratitude from our hearts to them. And I will hand it over at this stage to either Gayatri or Alessandra if there's anything either of you wish to put into the space.
I would invite us to invite, because of course the fairies are here. There is this rainbow plasma dragon energy coming in. And it's coming as you were speaking, Denise. And it's funny because Diana Cooper might have just posted a rainbow dragon cloud in Taiwan. And I was feeling a rainbow dragon, and it looked very much Asian as I was seeing it. So there's a massive connection that's happening. And so as the fairies are saying, please invite in the invitation of this rainbow plasma energy, because there's something new. We're accessing something that we haven't accessed before, and it's just so sparkly and really exciting.
Yes, thank you for the confirmation. I recently made a painting with the solar dragon carrying the earth on its head, and there was the womb of the planet, the portal into new earth. And I was shown that we can enter the portal along with the dragon and just feel the energies. Just we were invited, like you said, we were invited to go and just experience what the new earth feels like, the new frequency. And that's the reason I think the three of us are here together, because I was also shown the rose frequency around the womb, like the walls of the womb. So there was like this rose frequency around the walls. And then once you step into the other side, you can explore a whole new world. You can just explore everything that you have never known till now. And also an aspect of you that you need to connect with on the other side. That's just coming through. When you go through the portal, you connect with the higher aspect of you on the other side, as you take in your signature frequency and connect with it on the other side. So that's the reason I got that new vision, and it's all there. So over to you, Denise, however you want to start this.
Beautiful, thank you both. All right, so if your eyes are closed, just opening them whenever you're ready. And let us begin. So we will have a bit of a chat first, and then what Gayatri was just describing, we are going to do a process at some stage whenever we're guided to join the call. At the moment, it seems to be towards the end, but who knows, they might step it in earlier. Yeah, interesting you mentioned Diana Cooper, because she's one of the speakers at the Thunderhawk as well. So yeah, and welcome everybody that's joining us live and on the replay. Thank you very much for your presence. Okay, so I wonder where to start. So maybe if you both share a little bit about how the dragons kind of came into your world, and maybe how that's changed, because it just feels that it's shifted, particularly recently. Gayatri, you're already unmuted, so I'll hand over to you first.
Okay. So for me, it was in 2018. I was clearing the land and my house and setting up new energetic boundaries. Once I was done, there was this energy all around me, and I had never experienced such strong, such a strong presence ever before. So I tapped into it, and I thought I had done something wrong. So I said, please forgive me. Can I send you back? What do I do with you? And they said, no, we are the dragons and we are here to work with you. I had never worked with dragons before. I had heard people talking of it, and it never really, like stuck with me. I was like, okay, dragons, whatever. So I said, oh, that's interesting. What are we supposed to do? And they said, well, we are here now. You use us, and you use the energy for whatever, everything and anything. So I said, okay, I first need to see what you look like, because I don't see you. I feel you, but I don't see you. And they said, okay, then you have to paint us. And that was a bit of it seemed like a joke. I said, you must be joking, because I don't know how to paint. I've never painted ever in my life. How do I paint you? And they said, you want to see us, you have to paint us. So I was like, okay, I didn't know what I was getting into. I had no idea that it would be so huge. I thought, I would make some cartoon and see what that energy looks like, and that's about it. So I got, this book, and I got some pencils and some watercolors, and I'm sitting there looking at it thinking, okay, now what do I do? I'm not looking at something, like recreating something from the outside. How am I supposed to paint you? I was sitting there for about 10 minutes, not knowing what to do. And then something prompted me to just pick up the pencil, and I said, okay, let me just see if I can I've seen what dragons look like. Maybe I should start making whatever I've seen. And my hand just moved on its own, and it got this image there. And I was surprised, because it was like it happened within maybe 10 minutes or less. And then when I started painting it, it almost came to life. It was like it started speaking to me, and it was like I had opened the door. Even at that point, not knowing what I was getting into, I painted the entire dragon. That specific dragon started, telling me about himself and who they are and where they come from, and that they're connected to the ley lines. They are connected to the stargates of the planet, and they are interdimensional. They can go to the highest dimensions and to the lowest possible, places in inner earth, and anywhere in the world. I mean, anywhere in the entire galaxy. And they're dragons from different galaxies. And I was just so fascinated looking at all of that and receiving all that information. It was almost like I was in a trance that day, and the trance then continued for the next 9 months. The next day, I had finished that painting in 2 days, and then the next day after that, I was flooded with dragons. Although I couldn't see them, but it was like I knew that my whole house was full of dragon energy. And I could hear them saying, you have to paint me, you have to paint me, me first, me first, me first. And I said, hey, look, hold on, I cannot just paint all of you together, so back off. I'm human, I cannot go at your pace, so I don't know what I'm doing here, but okay, I'm going to trust this, and let's see how we can go forward with it. So since that day, every single day, I had a new dragon, and they would, I could just see the image on the paper, and I would just have to just make it there. Some of them came through crystals, some of them came through, just visions. And then it started getting stronger with every painting. And I started improving with every painting, I'll say, because I was not too sure of my it. Don't do it from the mind. And anytime I tried to do something, from my mind, it would stop. So I had to just put everything on the side and just let it flow. And with every painting, they would, like take me into journeys into where they are, what they do, what they look like, what their place is like. And they would, my own healing was done so many times. I was taken through the painting and I was shown what I need to work on myself, healing my shadow self, healing my traumas, healing my, whatever needed to clear. So that went on for about 9-10 months. And in that much time, I didn't even question why I was doing it. I was just doing it because it just made sense to me. And everything else zoned out. My 3D reality, my own existence was just zoned out. And I was just painting. And after about 50 paintings, it stopped. And they said, so it's like I could feel that I came down, like from a high, I just suddenly just came down, and I was not painting for a few days, although I was feeling completely lost because I was just so used to doing that for all these months. And I say, what's going on? Have I done something wrong? Are you going away? The fear comes up, and I was like, oh, don't go. What happened here? So they said, no, now you have to take this energy forward. So do it whichever way possible. So I said, okay, if you're hinting that I need to write a book, I'm not going to do it. My back is gone with painting for so many months. My hands are hurting. I cannot do anything. And all of this pain, mind you, I didn't feel it till I was painting it. It's only when it stopped. That's when I realized that my physical body had like really, really gone through a real tough period there. So I said, okay, then the best way, a few people had suggested to, make oracle cards. So I made the cards. And as soon as I made the cards, lockdown happened. There was like every obstacle. When I wanted to print it, people were running away. When I told them about dragons, they never wanted to see me again. So I had to like do it on a remote control, do it from another city. And once the cards were there, I was told that I have to do a ceremony around it and, activate the cards, although it is frequency encoded, but it needed to be activated. So I did the ceremony. And once all that was done, it was like, okay, now we're ready to go and connect with the people that are waking up now. And there will be many groups of people which will wake up later. So this is for now. And I was like, okay, I was just going with the instructions. I had no idea what was going on there. So the next day after I had done the activation, that was very interesting, as I had never had an experience like that. I, just like you birthed a dragon, Denise, you had that experience as well. I was going through labor pains when I woke up in the morning after doing that activation for the 100 decks. And it was all, like, what's going on here? I couldn't make sense of it because I was like actually physically in labor and I couldn't see anything coming out from there, from the other end. It's like, what's going on? And when it stopped, I took a few breaths and I said, what happened here? Something major shifted. And they said, yes, you've given birth to 48 dragons. So I was like, okay, now one thing you take from me, no more surprises. Okay, just let me know what's going on. So I can maybe prepare for it. But I guess that's not the way we humans need things to be, because, if we are given instructions or if we are given the information from before, we allow all our fears and the mind comes in and then we just mess up the whole process. So it's best coming, just face it. Okay, this is it. Just go through it. So that was very interesting. And then that's it. My cards were all over and the first 100 decks were going even during the lockdown. And by the time the lockdown, was opened, most of my cards were sold, and now all my cards are sold, the first lot. And then I thought, okay, my job is done. I'm okay with it. Then again, slowly, a few other dragons came in, mostly from Egypt. And that was interesting because every painting that I did of the dragons from Egypt, including one extra one with Anubis, was all my personal healing. And one of the paintings was very interesting. When I was making the dragon, when I made the head of the dragon, a portal opened from the painting into my head. And I could see, like a hole. I could see through my head. And it sort of threw me out of alignment for a few weeks. I knew the painting was not over. It was not fully completed, but I couldn't touch it for about 2 weeks. And then when I kept looking at it, asking, what is it that I need to do here? And then after about 2 weeks, I saw a small dolphin looking at me from the side. I painted the dolphin, and the dolphin came out of the painting and went through my head and just started spinning around me. And my vertigo and all that, I could barely walk for all that time. All that settled. And I was told that we are the portals now. We've always been the portals, but we were not activated as portals because we didn't hold the frequency, we didn't hold the vibration that was needed. But now, after all the work that has been done on the planet, and after all the work that we have done on ourselves, we have become the portals. So we are the portals, and we have the key to open any other portal, but you have to be very careful of what you do. You have to be very mindful, for you're not given the vibration, the codes and the keys, without having the maturity and without having the knowledge of how you need to do it. So that was that. And then in last year, again in April, they said you have to reprint it and take a second lot out. So I reprinted last April, and then now I have the new decks. New meaning it's the same one, but another set of dragons. And they said now these ones will go out to the people who we told you earlier would be waking up later. So that's still in process. So that's my story in short, long. However, sorry if I went on too long there.
No, that was all beautiful and all perfect. And yeah, having experienced the cards firsthand, they are really powerful. And it's beautiful to just pick and connect with the dragon, because they're real. You can feel their energy coming through the cards. Yeah, they're really beautiful. I love what you said about we are the portals as well. And Egypt dragons, that's kind of new to me. Interesting.
Yeah, one of, sorry, I think I'm going to take up most of the time here. So I'll let Alessandra speak maybe, and then I can maybe tell you later on about the Egyptian dragons.
It's up to you. I'm happy if you say it now.
Okay, so one of, I'll make it quick and short. So one of the times the Egyptian dragon showed up, and it was a pharaoh dragon. And after I had finished the painting, he took me through the painting. So like with all my paintings, they are like portals. You can journey through it. You can use it for healing because it has the codes. So this dragon then took me through the painting, and we were underwater. And I'm thinking to myself, what's going on here? Because the dragon was by my side. The dragon was dry, but I was wet. It was like a strange situation. So we're going through this under the sea or the ocean, and it was very dark. So the dragon says to me, okay, now you go forward and take off the veil. And I'm wondering now, what veil? I don't see anything here. So he said, just go forward. I walk into that darkness. It was pitch dark. I walk into the darkness. I was not scared though. I was quite confident of what's going on there. Somehow deep down, I knew maybe what I'm doing, and I didn't allow my mind to get into it. By then they had trained me how to work with them. So I walk into that pitch dark. I thought I was going into a room, and I just, took my hand and it's like, like how you lift off a cover from a car. I just did that. And I saw, like a cave, which was covered. So the mouth, the opening of the cave, I could see, but it was dark inside as well. I walk into that cave, and as soon as I walked into that cave, it started lighting up. It's like I could see the walls, I could see the pillars, I could see everything there. And it seemed like a very ancient temple which had been submerged in water. So that it started coming to life, but the dragon was there by my side. I was just looking around in awe, what's going on. It was like you enter a show, and it's like lights on and everything is coming to life. And there was a throne, a stone throne right in the center of that temple. The dragon said, go ahead and go sit on that chair that you see in front of you. So I go and I sit on that chair. When I sat on it, I could feel the stone and it was wet. But as soon as I sat on it, it transformed, it just changed. It was all like made of gold. The walls in the temple were gold. Everything was gold, and it was so bright. And it was like light, it was made of light. It was not solid, but it was made of light. But I could feel it, I could smell it. So as soon as I sat on that chair, it sort of came to life again. And it was like a throne made of gold and light. And the dragon said to me, okay, now this is what we've done here. It's time now. And this was, I think, in 2021. So what was done was that we were being urged to go and take our place, and no longer be in hiding, no longer live in fear, no longer, live in that, oh, I don't want to be seen and I don't want to be heard, and I'm better off hiding because, if people see who I am and see what I can do or know about my gifts, they'll just kill me, or they'll just, slaughter me and everything. So it was the time from when Atlantis sank, we had to just shut down everything and go, just leave. So that's what we had done. We had just shut down our places, and we had put veils over it so that people couldn't discover it. The dark side could not discover it. And now it was time to, remove the veils, acknowledge our places, acknowledge who we are, and accept that we have the gifts, we have everything that we need in order to change ourselves and to bring everything back to life. Because now is the time where you take your place and you acknowledge all of yourself, you accept your gifts, and you are out there in the world doing whatever it is that you've come here to do. So that was a very interesting one. Now there's been a few other stories, but I'll leave it for later.
Amazing, thank you. Alessandra, over to you.
I remember Gayatri's art. I remember I saw it and I immediately felt very excited because I was like, oh, and I recognized something that's rare or maybe nobody else does. And what I recognized was portal and dragons and purity of energy. So I contacted her and I was like, I love it. And at that time, I was doing something similar to you, Gayatri, because you're saying your art was a portal and it takes you on journeys. So at that time, I was doing art readings for people, and it was called Soul Star Lineage. And it was whatever frequency or soul family would appear as a master guide for the person. And I recognized in Gayatri's art, super channeled and super pure, and the portal energy. So I was like, ah! And I liked everything about it, the colors and pure channeled. And it's funny, because I tried to communicate this to Gayatri. I could tell, I was like, I don't think she's been trained in art, but I think she's doing it. Does that make sense? Because nowadays, there's people that are very trained in art. There's even digital art and other things, and it's super realistic and everything, but a lot of it is dead to me. It's very technical, it's beautiful in a 3D way, but it's not channeled, and it's just showing a 3D image, you know, like video games, you know, showing things that are just 3D, like very disproportionate women and showing everything. So it's really hard to turn to a purity of art and channeling. So I was excited when Gayatri, you were sharing it to the world and we could see it. And then I was ecstatic when it was in oracle card form. And of course, I have them. And they bring in so much energy. What I like about Gayatri's art and channeled art is that you can pull that card and that image, and as a portal, it brings in different energy each time. So that was exciting. So at about the time I think you were doing that, I was doing these art readings, and I think that's when I first met my dragon. I was doing these art readings, and there would be galactic foxes or galactic frogs or Arcturians, Pleiadians, different energies would come in. And one time it was a dragon. I'm there and I'm drawing, I'm like, I think I'm drawing a dragon. And it came. And the energy was very different. That was a while ago, about 2014. And I think I drew mine before I saw yours, Gayatri, and before I saw anything by Carla Marrow, who are the two people that I know that bring in dragons, an updated new real frequency. So before that, I hadn't seen anything. So seeing my own drawing was, oh, we really need this. We need dragons that don't look scary and fierce. I mean, they can be fierce, but it has such a heavy war negative connotation. We need this updated energy. So that was one introduction. Then in about 2017, I was in Japan, working in Japan, and I was bringing in Arcturians, Antares, and Andromeda energy in a workshop. But I visited a temple and I had the feeling of, I think I want to meet dragons. I think I'm ready to meet dragons. And this was already a few years after I met one in the art. So I'm in a temple, and it's called a Buddhist temple, but I'm looking at the structure. So it has a big statue of a Buddha, but to me it looked like it was just put there. And my feeling was the structure of the temple was maybe older. And then I see, I think, Denise, I think it was a golden dragon. So there's a dragon painted above, and I had a feeling of, I think the dragon was there first, you know, and I'm there. My feeling, I don't know if it's an Aries thing or of a fighter for the truth. My feeling is, especially even as an artist, as a channel, I want to honor the original artist, the original channel, the people that bring in stuff. And I was like, I think the dragon was here first, and I think that Buddhism was put later on this place. Call it ancient humans or ley lines. So I'm sitting there in a Buddhist temple, sitting on the side, and I'm like, in my head, meditating, saying, hello, dragon. And then it comes to me big in my face, and it roars. It just comes huge, and I'm like, oh shit, I did something wrong. I was so scared. I was like, I shut that down, like, let me get out of the temple. I did something wrong. I did something wrong. And I think it took me a few weeks later to slowly talk to different friends and channels and say, what do you think happened, or da-da-da. And it turns out it was happy to see me. It was just different energy. It almost felt like I had been channeling high frequencies, beings, guides. And it almost felt like dragon is its own category, which maybe is like wild animal. It's like if you want to talk to a high dimensional tiger, it might roar at you to say hello. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, beautiful. And thank you for bringing in that they've perhaps been misjudged as well. And I feel that this is what is really coming about now, that it's not just the fierceness is there, but it's not really a distortion around them. It's more, they have, you know, that mother bear energy, that mother lion energy of protection and fierceness in that way, but there's a real purity to them. And there's such a there's so many different kinds of dragons. There's so many different levels, dimensions, or however you describe it, of dragons too. But to me, the predominant thing is just pure love. And that is like way stronger than the fierceness. But I get what you're saying about if a tiger was going to meet you, it probably would roar at you. And it, you know, that would be a bit scary. Yeah, thank you. I love what you share. And I loved that image that you shared of your first dragon. And I look forward to more dragons being birthed from you.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to come, because there's more of a messy kind that I have of art, which is the oil chalk pastels. But then if I draw with lines, they'll come different. And as Gayatri, I think you were speaking, and I think the dragons were telling me, you can go more into detail if you want. You can do more line drawings. I was like, oh, I'd like that. But there was something else I wanted to share about getting to know the dragons and coming to answer your question about how is it changing now. So I met the one in Japan in the temple, and then I went back physically to Japan for work, but then I was talking to that dragon and developed a relationship. And then one time when I was in Japan, I did a tour. I was invited to do a tour of 3 large cities, and I was bringing Galactic Empress energy. I didn't think I was going to share this, but I think I am. The Galactic Empress energy, and I have this image, and Carla Marrow, I paid her to custom do a painting because I couldn't do it myself because I was preparing the channeled material to teach the women in Japan. And this is in Carla Marrow's deck. This is the one that she channeled for me. This is, I think she calls this Mistress of Mysteries. This is a massive black dragon that I call the Galactic Dragon Empress, and she's connecting between galaxies, bringing things in. She was flying around above Japan to help me when I was doing this tour of Japan. And in the tour of Japan, funny that I'm going to share this, in the tour of Japan, what we did was a step-by-step process where we woke up. I don't know if that's the right language. Those are the words I have. There's other ways of interpreting it. We woke up the Mother Earth Dragon within Japan. And then I made a code for this, where there's the plasma pillar to work with it. And this came in, again, in Japan. And this code works with the Mother Earth Dragon, but the link with it is in Japan. And she kept, so this Mother Earth Dragon, the idea was we're connecting with Earth at a whole other level, at a whole other way. And I think that you, Gayatri, towards the end of what you were saying, you're saying inner Earth. And so this Mother Earth Dragon, she kept appearing as she came from the center of the Earth. And maybe there's multiple Mother Earth dragons connected to different countries, and maybe they make up one big dragon. I don't mind about organization. And so the Mother Earth dragon in Japan kept showing herself as a massive eye. I mean, she was awake and she was happy. And that's a big energy that I feel, and I'm even feeling today. But then now I'm living in Italy. So then my relationship with dragons, again, might be similar to the idea of I was at a Buddhist temple and I see the dragon there. But when I'm in Italy, I'm seeing churches and I'm looking down below energetically and I'm thinking, I know that that's on big power spots. I know. And so I would tune in and say, what is there to be shown? What is there that I can help shift? Whether I'm clearing a ley line that's personal in my energy field, or if it's really there, is there something that's ready to come out? Kind of like popping a pimple or helping energy move. Or whether, I don't know, in a past life, I was a bad priest and I did dark energy and I blocked things, I don't know. So what I often see is I'll see dragons. Actually, I'll see 2 dragons. I'll see some dragons that are nearby, because I'm in Italy. Water is all over. We're a small, skinny country, right? And you have ocean everywhere. Otherwise, you have lakes. But I often see lately, which is really cool, a massive water dragon that has, what is this? The fins like this, a bearded dragon? I don't know. It has this things out, and it's showing me that's one of the form of the water dragons. So they're happy and free, and they're coming, and they're saying, we want to help. And then there'll be some disabled dragon, that's how I see it, under the church area. And me and all these guides, sometimes I have healer friends that want to tune in and they bring their guides. So it's a big kind of party. And we're there saying, okay, we want to help get you out or wake you up or break the shackles. And I will see it happening really fast. And there will be this melting away of, again, shackles. And there will be this therapizing of that dragon who, I don't know if it was waiting there. I don't know if it's really blocked there, or now is its time to come out. And there's this whole party of all these other dragons that are helping it. And it's becoming bigger and more beautiful. Sometimes to show me that it's getting fuller, it will go from looking like a sad little naked worm to having multiple legs. And the legs are showing me that it's connecting to multiple ley lines. My chair is making sounds, so I'm going to stop.
Yeah, wow. There's a lot to pick up on there. And some of it's related to what I'd like to share about my experiences with dragons as well. So for me, dragons just always feel like they've been around. Lots of children's things. I had like a dragon puppet, you know, on strings. And that was the dragon from, oh, I can't remember the name of it'll come to me in a minute. No, it's not coming, but it was when I was very, very young, and it was yeah, this beautiful green dragon. So to me, dragons have always been kind of friendly. I've always felt them that way, of being, you know, kind of friendly and not at all demonic. And when I was in Australia in 2006, I started writing a book for my niece. I wanted to share some of the amazing animal encounters that I was having over there and share about fairies and stuff. But I didn't realize when I started the book, which is called Guardians of the Sacred Dragon's Egg, which isn't out there yet, but I didn't realize that actually the dragons were going to be, you know, primary characters in there. And the first dragon that appeared, there was a wizard school, and it was being guarded by this Welsh dragon who was semi-retired, and he was sitting reading a book with little glasses on the end of his nose, and he was called Morgwynnen, and he was such a beautiful, beautiful dragon. Yeah, and obviously there was a dragon's egg that came out of the earth and had to be saved. So there was, since that point, they've always been with me, and I've always been working with them. And I think probably I was working with them before that, but not actually realizing. And anyone working with ley lines, with energy lines, is going to be working with dragons, whether you're aware of them or not. And it's interesting. So that book was finished in 2010, but it doesn't yet feel right, and it needs extra editing and blah blah. But I'm being guided to write a short story, which and it's funny I keep mentioning this, so I'm like committing myself to doing it. But dragons are going to be involved in this, and I'm going to do this one. I think I'm actually going to read it out as a bedtime story for adults on YouTube, and that'll get me back into writing, because it's been a long time. There was another shortish story that I wrote after that, but and the dragon birthing that you mentioned, Gayatri. So I had this experience when I came back to England, and I was sitting on this stone that isn't technically a standing stone, but it was standing in the ground, and it was in an old quarry. And I was just sitting there, and it was autumn. I remember all the leaves were being blown off the trees, and it was like raining leaves. And I kind of looked up and felt this dragon coming down that just came into my body, came into my head, and was like, and I was like, whoa. Hi. You know, there wasn't much of a hello, how do you do? It was just, you know, straight in. And after that was when I felt I had to birth these dragon eggs into the earth. So that was probably in about, I don't know, 2016, 17. And you mentioned the churches. So there's so many ancient churches where I am in North Yorkshire in England. And there's like 1,000-year-old churches that were built on top of the ancient pagan spots. And my feeling in all the churches that I visited was that there were dragons beneath that needed to be awoken, set free, however you want to, that they're in stasis kind of, and it's our energy signature that awakens them. And, you know, sometimes we see them with shackles, sometimes not, sometimes they're just asleep. But I've done a lot of that. And a recent visit to Whitby was all about the dragons. And that's when they really kind of, when it went to a whole other level. That was in April. I was there for my birthday. And there's this cliff, and I was in an Airbnb, lovely little flat on the cliff. And as I was going to sleep the first night, it's like I was taken into the cliff, and it was full of dragons, like hundreds. I've never seen so many dragons together in one space, like hundreds of dragons, some of them in stasis, some of them not. And I was encouraged to start doing a monthly kind of meditation, a monthly visualization. And that was one of the first ones where I took everyone into that space. And it's like I was one of the dragons, but I was also in stasis. It was this weird kind of juxtaposition of me being me going in, but I was also the dragon. But the dragon was over there and was in stasis. And it was like, yeah, incredible. And there's a Magdalene church, the Magdalene energy, the rose energy is very strong around here. And there's the Magdalene church that I was guided to go. And I get huge downloads when I'm there. I usually just do a bit of light language to start with, and then kind of just close my eyes. And the rose dragons came to me recently, which was incredibly beautiful. But this last one, it was very different. It was very strong. And the journey down was very bitty and stoppy, and there was roadworks and cats crossing the road. And normally Merlin's in the car with me. And this time I was just tuning in to say, Merlin, are you here? And this cat started to cross the road. And this time it was Yeshua, very, very present, more than Merlin. It's like Merlin was backstage. It's like those two swap places. And even though I'd been doing a lot of Mary Magdalene work, it was primarily with Merlin rather than Yeshua, which was really interesting. But this one, I was taken into like a gold pyramid that I know was an octahedron. And there was hieroglyphs on the wall, and the hieroglyphs were like raining down, and light language, and it was all coming in. It was all gold and white. And Isis was there, but she was huge. She was like 50 feet tall, and not really, it was like almost an evolved version of Isis. She was pretty see-through. And then the golden dragons were there, and they were immense. And I'd seen huge dragons around the earth when I was in Whitby as well. There was like 5 of them around the earth, so they were huge. But these golden dragons were kind of see-through, ephemeral, almost made of code. It was really interesting. But the big thing that stood out was the sound that they made. And I hadn't considered the sound of dragons. Of course, dragons make sound, but normally the connection is telepathic. But it's like they opened their mouths and all these golden light and symbols, and maybe the hieroglyphs even were coming from them. But the sound, it was high, it was low, it was inaudible, it was all the spaces in between. But the vibration that was going through my body. And they gave me 2 octahedrons that held all the hieroglyphs, and more than 2 actually. There was 2 in each hand, and I think maybe 1 in my heart, 1 in my womb space. And then all this golden energy was spreading around my body like a golden neural network. But actually, I think more accurately, it was a golden fascia network. And then that went out into my aura, and it created this golden bubble around me. And then there was an activation in my heart. And then the sphere kind of became like a double torus field as well. And I'm actually sharing this. I'm hosting a group on this Wednesday that is this experience, because normally whatever I experience in the Magdalene Chapel becomes the next offering, the next gathering that I have. So that's actually this Wednesday. And I was also guided to open a Facebook group, which I've not done before, which was a Dragon and Rose immersion group as well. So it just feels like everything is kind of coming together at the moment relating to dragons. Anything more that either of you want to add at this point?
There's something that you said about how the dragon energy is changing now. And I feel it, but I don't know how to speak about it. Because, and then there's something else that you said, Denise, so many dragons, so many different kinds of dragons. I remember being in a group and there was some Native American chiefs and there was a group of different people and we were in California and we were doing different workshops. And I remember, it's popping up right now, that I was facilitating a small group and I don't know how or why, but we ended up petting a crystal dragon. We had these little crystal dragons. And then I see the massive dragons that are, I don't know if they're as big as a universe or as big as galaxies. And then I see little dragons that are inside ourselves. So I feel maybe that the word for me to offer for us is the concept of dragon archetype that we are needing. So we're needing a lot of things. And I think that we need different archetypes of the divine feminine, probably other different archetypes of the divine masculine, but I know that I feel we have less options available for the divine feminine, and that means many things. But I do know that there's something powerful with the word of dragon and archetypes, because if I think of dragon as archetypes, I think of them as a massive power in our psyche and in the world. And that alone opens the door for all of us, I think anybody of us listening, to be open for any kind of dragon to come to you. New ones too, if you've already sensed some, because when I've been doing now dragon readings for people, I can see physical dragons that look like dinosaurs, and they were showing me we were physical. We had meat. You could touch us, and I guess you could even kill us. And then there's other dragons that change like fairies. They can be this small and they can be as big as a mountain. So I'm being shown and educated that there's a lot for us to know about dragons, but in that also about us. And then the other thing is, I guess some of us are dragons. I don't know. Are all human souls also dragons? I don't know. But I think we're to be absolutely excited and open, or expanded, or welcoming. That's what I'm thinking.
Yes, I love what you say there and about bringing in the archetype. When I was in France with the horror Celestial and Gayatri, I was thinking about this morning, that we almost met you and then I got the day wrong. I was so gutted about that. But I remember Zahara saying to me when we were in a church there, she's like, oh, you've got a dragon in every chakra. And I was like, oh, how amazing. Go on, you want to share?
Yeah, I was, in fact, the time when we missed, you got the day wrong. I was in Nice. Actually, I was in Torret and I came down to the airport in Nice to come and meet both of you. And I could feel a disconnect somewhere. And it was like, this is not going to happen today. But I still, waited there and I kept messaging you and, it's like, where are you? What's going on? And then later on, when I went back, you sent a message saying, oh, we're sorry, we got the dates wrong. It was not meant to, the dragon energy there had not been stabilized. And that's the reason we couldn't meet. I mean, it was significant and not significant at the same time, but yeah. But now it's changed everywhere, like you said. Wherever we've been, like people who work with the dragons. So we carry the dragon codes, and every land that we walk on, every country that we visit, every city that we go to, we anchor the codes there. And with the anchoring of the codes in every city, in every land that we walk on, has increased the energy of the dragons, which means that the dragons can now, because we are like expanding the connection between the humans and the dragons, and that's the reason we feel like the energy expanding, the energy coming in stronger than ever before. And that's why we feel the dragon energy has changed a lot, is because we ourselves have been able to hold more of that frequency in us. That's the reason. And that's what they said to me. Yeah.
Yeah, beautifully framed there. And that feels so right, that as our vibration increases, it opens the doors to so many different frequencies of everything, but dragons too.
Mm-hmm.
Are we feeling the process now?
I think so. Feels like it.
Awesome. So Gayatri's going to start this off, and this isn't, we haven't really pre-thought this. We had a little chat about what might come through, but this is a very spontaneous and intuitive process. There will likely be some light language, but yeah, we're just playing it by ear, really. But I will pass over to you, Gayatri.
Do you have the image with you, the painting? Can you bring it up?
Oh,
I can bring the painting, actually, if you want.
Yes, I might. If you do that, and I'll see if I can. I think it's on my phone, but I can transfer it to.
If you can bring it up on the screen, or else I'll bring the painting.
Awesome. So give me a second.
So this would just be for those who are already working with the dragons, and for the ones who need to connect with the dragons, this new painting that I did with the solar dragon, just to go and explore the new earth that has been seeded. And it has been done with collaboration with us, the dragons and the humans. So they have given us the codes, and we have gone and encoded different places on earth, and that's how we have changed the vibration of our planet, so that she can shift into the new earth with the new light that we have anchored in. So is it a problem? Should I just bring my...
It has just landed. It's taken all that time to go across from my phone to
Okay.
to the computer. So just bear with me a second, because I'll need to open it up before I screen share. So if there's anything more you want to speak of before that, feel free.
So if anyone wishes to connect with the dragons and explore the new earth, you're most welcome to join us right now. I will take you through the portal that I was shown, and you can just step into it. Your dragon will assist you. And if you don't have a dragon as yet, you will be given one who can assist you into the new portal, into the womb of new earth. So you journey into the other side, and then I don't know, we just take it from there. Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. Thank you. Yes. So should I start? Okay. So thank you all for being present here, for those who are watching it live, and for those who will watch it in the near future, recorded session of this. I invite you today to join us into this new vibrational portal. So if you can just step back and allow yourself to feel the energy of this dragon, and take a few breaths and just breathe in and breathe out and just surrender to the process. Allow yourself to feel your present state. Let go of anything that is not needed in this moment, and just align with your physical body. So breathe in and breathe out. And as you breathe out, just create a sacred space all around you. As today we invite the dragons to be with us, to guide us, assist us, protect us throughout this journey that we take today into the new portal. The dragon that you see in this painting is the solar dragon, and the earth on top of the head of the dragon is where we are. The dragons hold the planet just as I speak right now. So we're in the process of ascension, as everyone knows, but we've not really made it there. We've been in and out of New Earth. We've been in and out of 5D and 6D and wherever it is that we can manage to vibrate at, but we have not really completely made the transition. So the dragons hold our planet with pure love, and that's the work they have come here to do with us, to help ascend with us, to help with the ascension process of the planet and everything that lives in it, including us. So we are all connected, and the dragons are here very patiently holding the earth, holding each and every one of us as we go through our internal process, as we make breakthroughs and allow ourselves to move into the higher vibration. The portal that you see right in front of you is the womb of the planet, and we are on this side, as you, wherever you are, and on the other side is the new earth, which is all there. So while I was making this painting, the dragon invited me to step through the portal, through the womb, onto the other side, which we can do now with anyone who wishes to do it. So you're most welcome to, just tune into this frequency. Just allow yourself to feel the portal, allow yourself to feel the womb, and just like, walking through a door. If you have already connected with your dragons, your dragon will guide you through this journey. And if you have not connected with your dragons as yet, you will be assigned a dragon who will take you through this portal. So just trust the process and be open and allow yourself to explore the new earth. For when you step onto the other side, so just breathe in and breathe out, and just give permission that today you allow yourself to explore the new frequency, to explore the new vibration, the new earth, and allow your dragon now to take you through this doorway. As you step into this doorway, walking towards the new earth, you are invited today to explore the new vibration, to explore the new version, the highest version of planet Earth available to us as we are in the process of moving and merging into this new vibration slowly. Based on where we are, we cannot rush the process. So it's okay if you don't feel all of it. Whatever it is that you experience today is what you will bring back with you. Allow yourself now and trust the process. Step into this portal and allow your dragon to take you into the new earth, where everything is of the highest vibration and the highest light. It has the same visions that you see on planet Earth, the mountains, the trees, the rivers, the oceans, all the vegetation, all the flowers, everything is the same as you see here. It's just the higher version of it, which is frequency encoded, which is made of light. And as you step into this new earth, exploring the new earth, you are now invited to call on to the higher version of you from New Earth, to connect with you, to connect to the signature frequency that you hold here with the new signature frequency that you will hold in New Earth. So call now to your New Earth version to connect with you through the heart center as you exchange the new frequency codes, the new signature frequency. Allow this process, for it is very gentle and it does not take too long. It has been done for you simply by asking. And now that you have made this connection, you will know that anytime you need to raise your vibration, you need to lift yourself from any situation that you experience in this present moment, in this life on this side, you can just simply call on the new signature frequency to be activated within your heart, and it will move you out, raise your vibration, lift you out of situations, heal you, work for you in whichever way, whatever is needed for you. All you have to do, all that you're called to do, is to trust the process. So this has been done for you now, and I will ask Denise or Alessandra, whoever is now guided, to bring anything else forward. While you're there, I hand it over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Gayatri. That was really beautiful, really deep. So I'm going to keep the screen share up while I share these frequencies, and then I'll take it down when it's Alessandra's turn, because I know there's something that she wants to show, so I'll put her full on the screen. So while we're in this beautiful, beautiful space, and I invite you, and if anything doesn't feel aligned for you, if there's anything in this that you don't wish to receive, then you can simply say no to the frequencies. What I'm guided to share here is the rose energy of the cosmic womb, and connecting that rose energy to our womb space. And whether you're male or female, you have an energetic womb space. So I invite you to visualize a golden rose. And this is the cosmic rose. And I invite you to visualize this rose surrounding your whole physical body, your energy body, and take some breaths, breathing in this rose energy, breathing it into your heart and breathing it into your womb space, which is a little bit lower than your belly button. So taking some breaths together now, breathing in, make any sound that you wish on your out breath. And feeling this rose energy that's surrounding you, moving into your physical vessel, into every cell of your body. And I'll share some light language now. Moya la kianta ila at ot orana. Kulukui ayane kial ayasht ot ora. Hui lahya la kiano kode te arana kiama ala. Ole arato ont okola kikila. Ale kiana mahele iketo ont ola. Ule kila moe isht arana kia o tuyana. Uhiala Kia tuturan tara da ko und ea. Uia hal ea no kuia. Moista. Ora nai illi itut ora te kete a. Arate pakiai il de parate kete I. Ukle ke parate ki ka od ora. Moile it od onne. Masht ara ki kete to oi alakea. Mai le ko oiestala. Kolekiant ara ikit ai ikust oi a. Mohula kian et od oran a. Orada kada barad gi hit od a. Orla kia kitot oi stotot a. Orla nikia. Mokulekian. Totototo ontera. Ohun ale kiurun od oia. Mehiale kia totontoi. So just taking a few long and slow deep breaths again. Over to you now, Alessandra.
I am feeling happy fairies that are jumping around on my shoulders, and they're changing and shifting, and they're saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to Gayatri and you, Denise. And what they're saying is, I'll take some of this and I'll take some of that, and I like that ingredient and I like that one. And I'm feeling the excitement that I have, or maybe my guides or my multiple aspects that are very happy to, maybe this is like cross-pollination or putting lots of ingredients in. And so if I'm here adding something, one of the ingredients that I'm feeling guided to speak is, oh, it would be nice to have some integration energy, because everything sounds exciting, but how does it help me? How do I move forward? How do I get over my own blocks? And I think that dragon and the archetype of dragon is so good with that fire breath or that liquid light plasmatic flow of rivers and ley lines to move, and have a flow of abundance and health. And so I'm feeling like going a bit abstract, and I had a download right before connecting with you, and I wanted to share this. This was the download that I got. This is the energy that I was shown. It looked like a cartoon, thanks to the fairies, and it's this shimmery, shiny dragon scales, and it's up to you and me and all of us to receive this as added fuel, added energy, added stamina, fuel to push through blocks and move. Let's move into the momentum of achieving so many things that we've been wanting to do for many lifetimes. And so as I move into the abstract of this, I too have a light language response. And the intention is, with all these ingredients that have been handed over to us, or that we have called to us, because it's not a coincidence that we're here. So we've been drawing this manifestation to us. Just seems like there's so many gifts that we're being given. And with this addition of the rainbow plasmatic dragon, maybe it's Phoenix, maybe it's even Pegasus dragon, there's something in addition to everything, bringing everything together, from the rose dragon and the womb, the solar dragon. There is so much richness that is coming to us now. And I wanted to do the light language. So maybe our selves are paying attention, Maybe our mitochondria is listening and saying, I'm attuning to this frequency. I want to get more energy. Calling upon all the animals that promised and held their promise to continue bringing the dragon energy physically on earth, such as snakes and lizards. Dragons coming in from other realms outside of our universe or galaxy or realms, male, female frequency, androgynous frequency, juicy plasmatic light just coming in. And it's so familiar. It's part of us. And may it be that we end up at the very end in a womb, in a dragon womb. And this might be inside of a Venus temple. And this temple is connected to so much light and love and just lots of resources. I just keep feeling resources for us. So thank you.
Beautiful, thank you.
Thank you. I felt that going up my spine.
Feeling there is a little bit more light language to come through. Get lady but Ileki hale kia put unto kukuliki kuliki hale kia to rut get anto ba. Ikilapakede by licky hilt on oil. Aliki honokudo hit ush. Lehia no yeto no koi lekia to and I'm feeling the water energy really strongly coming through now as well. So just imagining, as well as the fire energy that we've been present with, just feeling that water energy moving through our bodies, and it feels like this is really grounding now into earth. Gayatri, is there anything you wish to add? And then Alessandra, if there's any more that you want to add, feel free.
Yeah, so I was second, I just have too much energy going on. So I was told we can ask to be in this space in dream state as well. If you don't have the time, or if you cannot, if you're not comfortable doing it, you know, when you're awake, you can ask to be in this space in your dream state, and whatever it is that you need, you can ask for it just before you sleep, and it will be done for you. So whenever Alessandra concludes this journey, you can step out as and when you're ready and come back onto the other side. So I just wanted to say that. So thank you.
I think I have a message that goes with your message, Gayatri. It's the invitation. It's the same message that I'm feeling. I'm feeling an invitation from all of these dragons, and thanks to all of us together, there's more dragons and there's more resources. The message is that we're all bringing in the dragons. There's not one person, there's not one channel. This is so collective. And the message was for all of us to be encouraged to connect again or more, and to be open, because I think we're all getting different bits and pieces and ingredients of dragons. And so we need everyone to draw or paint or color or do. And it doesn't matter if you don't share it, you are bringing it in, or to have full-on conversations with your dragons. I mean, I can tell you, for example, that my sister probably will be channeling the dragons of the moss, M-O-S-S, the moss that grows on the trees and everything. That's the kind of dragon. You know, I won't be doing that. I'll be doing star ones and everything. So everybody is being invited, like you're saying, Gayatri, to have your intimate connection, to invite it. And I think we need all these ingredients. So it's a big team. So thank you for all of us being a team.
Beautiful, thank you. And just bringing our awareness back to our hearts. And if you were here at the beginning when we did this, just have a little tune into your heart. How does it feel? I know mine feels more open, more expanded, and more fizzy and sparkly. So are we, yeah, I was just going to conclude the call then, but I just wanted to check in first. Is there more that you wish to share?
I'm done for today, I think. There's quite a lot. It's time to process all that now, all that we've received. So it's going to take a few days. So just take it easy. Stay hydrated and just let it happen now. Let the magic begin, shall we say?
Denise, I'm just feeling more of these. I think we just started something. So yeah, for me, it's like eat more chocolate and integrate. So yeah.
Love it. I need to get me some chocolate that doesn't have sugar in, because I've stopped having sugar. Oh, okay, so yeah, a lot to process there. As we've said, just be gentle with yourselves, go out in nature, hug some trees, go to the waters, do whatever you need to do, stomp your feet, have a little tantrum if that's the way your body needs to release, or have a dance and a sing, or I'm seeing us all dancing and singing through the trees in the woods. So thank you both so much. This was a really delightful call. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I do feel there's going to be more dragon stuff going on to share. So thank you both, first of all.
Thank you.
And thank you to everybody who's been with us, either here on the live or on the replay in a future now moment. Actually, before we go, let's just share how people can get hold of us. And I don't know if there's anything more that you want to say about the Sunday event, or have you shared everything for that, Gayatri?
Yeah, you just have to get onto the website and subscribe to it. That's about it. So you'll receive an email and you can join live, or you can see the replays later.
And it's Dragon Thunder, isn't it?
Dragon Thunder, yes.
Wonderful. Thank you. Alessandra, and anything that you've got coming up?
I will be doing a very cool dragon event in Italian with my friend Cinzia Micelli. I hope I said her last name well. That will be posted in Italian. That's coming up. And just to get a hold of me, Alessandra Gilioli at gmail.com, or my website has my same name, alessandragilioli.com or gmail.com. I'm trying to put as many free things out there because I love it. And I've learned so much when free things are available. And also I'm having a lot of fun. So that's it. Thank you, Denise and Gayatri.
Thank you.
Beautiful, thank you. And if anyone's interested to join us on Wednesday for the Golden Dragon, there was Golden Lions. I didn't even mention the Golden Lions. That was incredible too. They came up and were like, you know how lions and cats do? They were like nuzzling my face. It was just exquisite.
Lyrons? Were they lyrons?
I feel more cosmic. I feel not so specific.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, it was, yeah, just beautiful. So I can be contacted on my Facebook page, on the Love Speaks Love page, or on the Denise's Frequency of Love page, YouTube In a Piece with Denise and Heartful Living with Denise as well. I think that's all. If anyone wants to share this out as well, that would be awesome. It just feels like to reach a fair few that I can't reach on my own. So just checking my notes, I think that's all of it. Gayatri, how can they get your cards?
I don't have a website, so you can get in touch with me through Facebook, and my Instagram handle is Cosmic Viva 777. You can just send me a message and we can do the needful. Thank you. I don't hear you.
That's because I'm muted. Thank you. Yeah, let's leave it there and let's go and connect with nature and do whatever we need to do, eat chocolate, whatever it is. And big thank you to,
Thank you.
Especially, and to everybody. Lots of love.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I'm gonna stop the live stream. Love, love, love.